We get a glimpse into the future of Xbox. We got the Q1 2022 Xbox financial results, and there was a really cool promotion going on for Age of Empires 4. So Xbox randomly dropped this video this morning called Xbox 2042, Imagine the Future of Gaming. I think they made a little typo because it says Image the Future of Gaming on their YouTube video, but it was just completely random, and I believe it kind of has to do with some sort of marketing thing with Battlefield 2042, but they're giving us a look as to what we could potentially expect in about 20 years from now, and it shows that they are thinking about the future of gaming and how to continue to advance it going forward. So in this video, it's interesting because they're really just talking about what could potentially happen in the future with graphics, in the controls, and all that kind of stuff. They reference things like 1 exaflops of processing power, 32K video, 240 to 480 frames per second with 0 latency, holographic controllers, and all that kind of stuff. And I mean, you think about what we talk about today with teraflops and the processing power and the speeds of loading and all that kind of stuff, and how far gaming has come since, you know, the Nintendo Entertainment System days and the SNES days and all that kind of stuff. Where we are today, if you think back, it's just a world of difference. And I feel like in the last couple of generations, or at least the Xbox One and this generation, we've kind of hit that point where when we jump from console to console in terms of the way games look and play, there isn't that massive jump that we got jumping from, like, let's say the Nintendo 64 to the Nintendo GameCube, or from the Super Nintendo to the Nintendo 64. It's not the same jump between console to console, but maybe as we get further into the future, we get more futuristic things with like holographic controllers, we will eventually see that type of jump again. We are in such a great place when it comes to gaming. Gaming is better than it's ever been. Load times are fast. They're huge, massive games that you can spend hours and hours in, and the graphics are already very good. I can't even imagine what it's going to be like in 2042. So make sure to go check out this video. I'll have it linked in the description below. It's just a random drop they did, and I'm like I said, I think it has to do with Battlefield 2042, because if we go down here, there is a marketing video as well with Battlefield 2042 where they're showing like somebody looking out the window, kind of seeing what is going on. But it's cool. Just fun thing to think about for the future of gaming. So Microsoft has posted its Q1 2022 financial results, and Xbox continues to grow and succeed. So let's just take a look at some of the numbers here. So it's been a year since the Series X and the Series S have been on the market, and the hardware sales of the Series X and the Series S have been very successful, even though we know that there have been those chip shortages, which makes it a lot harder for you to get a console itself. I have found here it's been hard to find Series X's and Series S. When they pop up online, they're gone within seconds. I find that there is a lot more stock of the PS5, and it's popping up a lot more than the Xbox Series X and S's. With all of that being said, they say here that the hardware revenue is up again this quarter by 166%. Thanks to the continued demand of the Xbox Series X and S consoles. Said that they're able to ship more Series X's and S's than expected, even as the demand continues to exceed the supply. And we have no idea when, the chip shortage is going to end, when they're going to be able to have supply of these consoles easily available to everybody. I would have thought that by now you'd be able to walk into a store and just pick one up, but obviously that isn't the case. And we've heard that these chip shortages are going to last for another year or so. So it's going to continue to be hard to get your hands on an Xbox Series X and S. Now, what's even more interesting about all of this is just the fact, you think about what happened before the Series X and S was released. What was the chatter leading up to the launch of it? It was that there was no Xbox exclusive game for the first year of this console, as we're going to start getting them in the next week or so, with Forza Horizon 5 coming out, and then Halo Infinite in December. And actually, you know what? Starting with tomorrow with Age of Empires 4 coming out, which is extremely exciting. I'm excited to see what that game is all about and jump in. But the chatter was there's no way that the Series X and S was going to sell. There's no reason to buy a Series X and S and all that kind of stuff because there is no exclusive game. You can play all their games on PC. And My initial thought against that was that that isn't the case at all. People are still going to be wanting to pick up the Series X and S because of the offerings that they have made available, with the Series X being the most powerful console, the size, the form factor, the backwards compatibility, and all those types of features within the console. And then you had the Series S, which is just a very good console for the price that you're getting. The form factor is super sleek, and you can add Xbox Game Pass onto that, and you're just getting such a great deal for a relatively small price. So obviously the argument that exclusives are the only thing that sell a console is not correct, as these consoles continue to sell well and have been selling well since their release. So that's a very, I guess, encouraging thing you could say from a hardware perspective if you're Microsoft, that people are still going to want to pick up these consoles with or without those exclusives releasing. And then when the exclusives start dropping now and into the future, I think you'll see just another huge increase in the amount of people buying these consoles and signing up for Xbox Game Pass and the other services. Now, speaking of Xbox Game Pass and their services and their overall revenue, Microsoft's gaming revenue is up 16% and nearly 3.6 billion for the quarter, and a record Q1 for Xbox. And their content and services revenue has only increased by 2%. So this has to do as well with their growth in Xbox Game Pass and Xbox Game Pass subscriptions, which we don't know the number they're at now. The last public number they released was 18 million. We are speculating now they're between, I would say, 23, 24, and 30 million. Really don't actually know. But I think we're going to get a number of Xbox Game Pass subscribers in the near future, especially after the release of Forza Horizon 5 and Halo Infinite. Now, in terms of growth into Q2, Microsoft Xbox expect that the growth will be in the mid-teens because of the Xbox Game Pass releases with Forza and Halo. So all in all, this is a very positive report. And like I said, the hardware stuff just selling so well isn't surprising, and it just really further pushes home the argument that the Xbox ecosystem is the best strategy this generation of gaming, with people not only going to be signing up for subscription services on whatever platform, whether that's PC, mobile, or on the Xbox console, but even if you put your games on multiple platforms where more people get to play, more people get to enjoy these games, you're not locking them, you have to go pick up a box to play them, you're still going to sell a ton of hardware. All right, so ending off this video with something that is just awesome to see. I love this promotion from Xbox, and they've been doing a lot of very cool promotions recently, this one included, and it has to do with Age of Empires 4 and the fact that they are going to be releasing a cereal to celebrate the release of Age of Empires 4. So the reason they're doing this is because this kind of celebrates back in the day, I think in like the early 2000s, when you would buy a box of Kellogg's cereal and you get a Age of Empires CD in it. So here is a post from Reddit, someone actually posting the CD that they have, and you buy the cereal, and this is just a promotional item. And back in the day with cereals, all the time you get toys and stuff like that in cereal boxes, and somebody who loved cereal back then and love cereal just as much today, I ate way too much of it. Probably not a good idea. This brings back so much nostalgia. I remember buying cereals just to get those toys and then doing like the games on the back of the box and all that kind of stuff. And they're going ahead with this nostalgia here with this release here. So it says, with the name of the cereal deriving from the battle cry of the priest in the early edition of the game, believe it or not, Wolololos is a real and completely edible cereal packed full of goodness to help build strong and healthy strategic minds. This cereal is not only a great way to start your day, but also a sure way to convert your enemies. Now, unfortunately, it isn't for commercial sale, but you can go over to Xbox Australia and New Zealand's Facebook page, I believe, and then you can enter in to try to win one of these boxes. And it comes with a 12-month Xbox Game Pass subscription and a CD with the Age of Empires 2 soundtrack. They continue on here saying, we know how popular this promotion was, so we thought we would try and create a pivotal moment for many gamers. Receiving a CD and a cereal box all those years ago would have been the first gaming moment for many and kickstarted a lifelong passion. So with the much anticipated release of Age of Empires 4, we're thrilled to be able to have a bit of fun with this throwback. So all in all, this is just awesome, because I mean, the cereal box looks cool, brings back the nostalgia. I would love to actually try this cereal because I want to see what it tastes like, and because of how much cereal I eat and love. And it even has that game on the back of the box that you'd be able to play if you got it. So definitely, if you're interested, I don't know if you have to be living in those regions to win this thing, but go and check it out. and enter the contest if you want to win this box of cereal. Anyways, guys, that's it for me. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments below. Let me know what you think about this future of gaming video from Xbox. What do you think about the growth of hardware and the overall financial report of Q1 2022 for Microsoft and for Xbox? And are you going to enter into that contest to win that Age of Empires 4 cereal? If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. If you're new here, you like what you saw throughout this video, you found it entertaining, you found it informative, I'd really appreciate you hitting that subscribe button to help this channel grow, help grow this community so we can have great conversations in the comments below. Thank you again for watching. Thank you for your support. I'll catch you in the next video.
Bye.